Those photos you shot with your telephoto lens, they're flat, they're lazy, and they definitely aren't scroll stopping. I'm guessing because I haven't actually seen your photos, but that's exactly how I feel when I look back at some of my old ones. And it's a shame because here's what a telephoto lens can do for you. It can reach across space and pull something closer that we otherwise couldn't witness. It can compress the scene, not flatten it, in a way that pulls the viewer in. And it can flatter your subject so that your beautiful but photophobic friends or clients finally see themselves the way that you do. The irony is that telephoto lenses make composition easier than almost any other lens, if you know what to look for. Because telephoto lenses don't actually flatten a scene, they compress space. And if you know how to compose with that compression, your photos suddenly look deeper, more immersive, and way more intentional. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use that compression to your advantage. I'm Brenda Bergreen, and today I'm sharing the lessons that I've learned from shooting with the telephoto lens. If you haven't already watched my how to shoot video on the telephoto, you'll want to check that out because I dive deeper into what your telephoto lens options are and how they're different from other lenses. I also give some general shooting tips. So for the sake of time in this video, I'm going to skip some of that to get deeper into composition. But as a quick review, when I say telephoto, I'm talking about anything from 85 millimeters and up. So this means your 70 to 200, 100 to 400 and beyond. These lenses are great for all the reasons I already mentioned, but for the sake of composition, they really isolate your subject and simplify your frame. So those are the two things I want you thinking about as we dive in. So why do telephoto lenses feel flat? Let's talk about the problem with these lenses. They create flat, boring, lazy photos. But here's the thing, the problem isn't your lens, it's that you might be doing one of these things. See if one of these sounds familiar. You didn't isolate a subject. You confused blur with depth. You forgot to layer the scene. You shot everything at eye level. Or you stood too far away emotionally. I'm curious, which one of those sounds most like you? And be honest. Now don't worry, we're going to solve all these issues with some simple composition tips. Telephoto composition isn't about zooming in, it's about being selective. So we're gonna walk through 5 ways to compose better with the telephoto lens. Isolating your subject, using negative space and storytelling elements, layering the frame, changing perspective, and using distance to capture more honest emotions. We can define composition in photography as the arrangement of elements in the frame. To help clarify, I'm going to invoke your other senses by talking about composition more broadly as the ingredients that make up something, which immediately makes you think of food, right? So think of the chef, an artist in her own right, who wants to make something immersive and unforgettable too. And she doesn't do that by throwing every ingredient in the kitchen into a blender. Instead, the chef is very selective. The only ingredients in the bowl are the ones that actually belong there. And that brings us to our first tip. Number 1, focus on your subject. Your telephoto lens is great at isolating your subject. Because of bokeh and compression, you can really focus on it. So before you go any further, just start there. Shoot the subject only, nothing else in the frame. Use that long focal length to crop everything else out or blur it with that bokeh, then look at your subject. Where is he in the frame? How is the light? Do you need to move him to the lower third or turn him so the light is catching his eyes and flattering his skin? I know this is a simple shot, but sometimes we need to start simple and nail that before we start adding in more elements. So this is a nice, simple, clean, and clear shot. Telephotos isolate beautifully. You don't always need to fill the frame. You can use negative space intentionally, use the rule of thirds to place your subject, or let the sky dominate, or use a compressed background as a color fill. The telephoto lens simplifies the world for you, but simplicity only works if you choose what to leave out. Our next goal is going to be to make it better without adding confusion or chaos, clutter or chatter. So number 2, add in storytelling elements. So without storytelling elements, it's just an image of a subject. But if we want to tell more of a story, we have to add in some other elements. More ingredients in our dish for more complex flavors. The key here though is to be intentional. If you want to add a tree, but make sure it's not sticking out of your subject's head. I always love adding foreground for context, and the background communicates where the subject is. Which brings us to the idea of compression. So number 3, use compression to create depth, not flatness. This is the core concept most people misunderstand. Most people say telephoto lenses flatten the scene. They don't. They compress space, and compression can either look flat or incredibly immersive. Layering is when we think foreground, subject, background. With telephoto lenses, those layers stack beautifully. The foreground can be slightly out of focus, the subject is in the middle ground, and then there's a mountain compressed in the background. Where a wide lens exaggerates depth, a telephoto organizes depth. So give the lens something to stack. And to do so, you have to stop being lazy and change your perspective. And hit subscribe, because Mark is making a video about whether you really need a full frame camera in 2026, which is interesting because sensor size affects things like depth of field and compression. But we're gonna go to tip number 4, which is change your perspective. Stop shooting at eye level. This is huge with telephoto. We have this amazing reach, so we stand far away, shoot at eye level, and zoom in. Wrong. Flat. Boring. Lazy. Finding foreground often means climbing into bushes or lying on the ground. You have to get low or elevate your angle, shoot through something, or move yourself laterally in order to align the shapes. If your telephoto photos feel boring, it's probably not the focal length, it's your feet. So lace up your ergonomic footwear, photographers. It's time for a compositional workout. Let's move on to number 5. Use your telephoto for emotion, not magnification. Telephoto lenses remove distraction, chaos, social pressure. With wide angles, you have to get in there, invade your subject's space, and that's a great skill to have, but shooting from a further working distance is pretty special too. Earlier I said that sometimes we stand too far away emotionally. The interesting thing about telephoto lenses is that they can actually do the opposite. You can create intimacy without intrusion. And this is especially powerful with kids, couples, and street scenes. It's pretty necessary with wildlife. You don't want to scare off the animal or get gored by its antlers. Sometimes distance creates honesty. Sometimes, like with wildlife, people relax when you're not right in their face. And that's when you can get something real. So remember, if your telephoto images feel flat, it's not because the lens compresses space, it's because you haven't composed the space that it's compressing. A telephoto lens doesn't make a powerful photo. It just removes the noise. What you put back in, that's composition. Check out our favorite telephoto lenses in the description to support the channel. And while you're down there near the comments, let me know what tip you needed to hear most or what questions you still have. And if you're curious how telephoto lenses compare to something like a 24-70, hit subscribe, because in my next video, I'm going to talk about what each lens teaches you as a photographer.